sister?
No.
Got him. Got him.
I know that.
He said removed or he lied.
Why?
I knew it.
I know that's the truth.
I knew it.
I was there. But
I have no.
And by the way, the allegations never have to get proven in court because they admit that they're guilty. Governments force pleas from people all the time. That's what they want to do because they're losing the war of public opinion and they're losing the war in every court.
Tate was, guys, for those that don't know British politics, the Prime Minister of England, Keir Starmer, he was basically forced out because of all the backlash he was getting. And a lot of the backlash he was getting was from criticisms that Andrew Tate talked about when he formulated his own political party called the Bruv Party. Okay, see how this is all connected here? Okay? Some of you guys might not be familiar with British politics, so I gotta kind of give you all the overview so you guys understand what he's talking about here.
Where you have a competent judge.
The UK has an axe to grind with the Tates, guys. All right, I spoke with a couple of my, former colleagues. All of us are in agreement that this is completely unorthodox, and the UK has a hard-on for these guys.
Actually takes a look at the facts.
And Joe, let me ask you, that was a great breakdown to know there. And the last thing as we're looking at this, and they're going through this whole situation you're talking about, how long are you guesstimating for this thing to take? How long are they going to be staying here, going back? What do you think that process is going to be?
That's an important question, Pat. I'm glad that you raised it. So typically it takes about 60 days. Right now, we went in front of the judge the other day, and we didn't even ask him to get out. We just said, Judge, would like to have a private conversation with you, attorneys only. On the 27th of this month, the judge granted that order. We're going to have a scheduling order for a conference there where we will look at the briefing schedule going forward. We have a lot of good arguments. There are different things that the court needs to look at with regard to extradition. And the prong that we're going to be talking about is special circumstances. And we have
guys, and this tweet right here covers that. All right? So, guys, retweet this. Retweet what I just dropped. Hit it, mods, for me, please. Retweet, like, let's get this shit fucking blown up.
Meritorious case that we can prove to the judge that, hey, listen, one of the...
Okay, looks like we got some idiot said you're a fraud man. What's this idiot saying? Adrian Dillo? Alright, bro. Sir? Enjoy the fucking shadow realm.
Time to send you to the shadow realm. The future is mine.
Primary considerations here is a flight risk. Generally, flight risk is a speculative analysis. No need to speculate here. These guys have been on judicial release in Romania, traveling the world, going back once a month, and never missed a court appearance in their life. They're not a flight risk. These are...
Pin it, mods, for me, please. Retweet, like, let's get this shit fucking blown up.
Meritorious case that we can prove to the judge that, hey, listen, one of the...
Okay, looks like we got some idiot said you're a fraud man. What's this idiot saying? Adrian Dillo? Alright, bro. Sir? Enjoy the fucking shadow realm.
Time to send you to the shadow realm. The future is mine.
Primary considerations here is a flight risk. Generally, flight risk is a speculative analysis. No need to speculate here. These guys have been on judicial release in Romania, traveling the world, going back once a month, and never missed a court appearance in their life. They're not a flight risk. These are guys who don't run. They step...
Over 40 times, guys, they went to court, never missed it. Spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to fly back on private just to make sure they never miss it.
And they lean into the process. If they don't get bond, and the presumption is against bond, we believe that we have special circumstances where we can articulate to the court that a bond is appropriate, especially because they have to litigate that case in Palm Beach. But if we don't...
Want the back? Fuck the Tates? Okay. You know where else you can get fucked? The shadow room, buddy.
Time to send you to the shadow realm. The future is mine.
that could take at least a year. They typically take a year in Florida and everywhere else. So we'd be looking at anywhere between 60 days to a year to get this squared away, depending on how the bond issue shakes out.
You know, it's amazing, Joe. I'll finish with this. Is whether these allegations are true or not. It's their job to go prove it and your job to defend your client. That's what has to happen, right? But if 2 years ago we ran a poll on Tate's, whether people support our audience, people supported him or not, 80% would be on their side. The guys just ran a poll right now, and our audience, if you remember, this is a supportive audience. This is not like it's a audience you're on a different place. It's at 50-50. 50-50, they support them, 50 doesn't support them. So what does this mean? This means either these things are working against them, or it means that we got work to do to make sure, you know, arguments are made for the audience to sit there and say they're innocent. I mean, but the audience is definitely speaking up, and it's not like it's an audience that hasn't seen their work multiple times here. I think we probably have hosted them more than anybody else has on their show. We've had a lot of great conversations together, but something to think about to see where the audience is at as these stories are you know, of course, now it's going to get...
Here, enjoy the shadow realm.
Time to send you to the shadow realm. The future is mine. Triple kill.
Back into the news cycle, we're going to be talking about this on a regular basis. To me, UK has no credibility because when you have 250,000 people that have been raped, girls that have been raped, and we know the percentage of 87% of them being these Pakistani rape gangs, and you do nothing about that, and the first Muslim that you pretty much go after is Andrew Tate, which becomes comical. You go after him, but not all the other. They lose credibility. They lose credibility there, but there is a percentage of the conservative camp in America that's sitting there saying, look, I don't know. I feel like there's something going on here, Vinny.
And just really quick, Joe. So he did a podcast, Andrew Tate recently. I forgot the individual. Jake Neal, 3-hour podcast. Jack Neal, I'm sorry.
This one right here,
that
guys.
was coming for him. He kept it secret until something happened to him, and then this happened to him. On the podcast, he said something along the lines that he rejected a $50 million offer to drop everything from, you know, the powers that be and go away. So my only question is, he's getting offered this stuff. Did he know that this was going to happen? Did he have any inclination that this was going to go down? Because, you know, why do an emergency podcast if nothing is going to go wrong? It's almost as if he knew something was coming.
So anytime you reject that offer, you know something is going to come at some point. He rejected that offer, I want to say somewhere around 2022, 2000.
Yep, facts. Late 22, early 23.
23, probably 2022. And he had several of them. That's a fact. That's the truth. When you reject that offer, it's only a matter of time before they come. And they started coming, and they're going to keep coming until they get what they want. They did it to Trump. They're doing it to Tate. And to your viewers, with all due respect, because I admire you and I appreciate your concern, listen to what we are saying. When I first started litigating the January 6 cases, I was the only lawyer who stepped up and spoke out and said, hey, what's going on here is wrong. There are a lot of problems with these cases. These guys are being held in solitary confinement for months and years at a time. Eventually, there's problems with what happened at the Capitol. There's more than meets the eye. The media is working, especially the leftist media, and certainly at some point for Fox News, hand in glove with the Department of Justice to proffer a selective narrative to the public to impugn 2,000 American citizens and call them domestic terrorists, insurrectionists, and all these things. It took us 3 years to change the narrative. It took us a couple years as well to make the Trump pardons palatable to Trump, palatable and digestible to the American public, and he signed them on day one because they were just, and because they were proper, and because that's what justice demanded. I understand that it's difficult.
Evan F. Speed, thank you so much, bro, for the time.
I understand that the average American citizen, when they hear the Department of Justice saying something, or a government like the UK saying that these charges are real and you should listen, that comes with a certain amount of institutional credibility. But when politics are behind the accusations, when politics are in secret NGO money is funding this out-and-out international persecution of these guys, you got to step back and you got to say, has this happened before? Yes, it's happened before. Look no further than the president that you currently have in power. Andrew has over 150 or maybe 165,000 people enrolled in his real-world college. That is an army of millions of those men, of those boys are right here in America. That is the of a million enrolled in his 150 or maybe 165,000
150,000 guys in university.
People enrolled in his real world college. That is an army of millions of
Insane.
those men, of those boys are right here in America. That is the power to swing an election. That is generational power over future elections, both domestically and abroad. The powers that be know this. The United Kingdom knows this. The enemies of Andrew and Tristan in the conservative movement, the Gen Z in America know this. And they want to lock them up and throw away the key and stop the type of pro-masculine, pro-traditional values. Go out there, pro-capitalism. You can be all you be if you love God, if you love your country, and if you apply yourself in life, the sky is the limit. The future is bright, like you like to say, Pat. And they want to kill him, throw him in jail, lock him up and throw away the key. Call him a child rapist and call him a child molester for the specific purpose of discrediting him to make sure that his voice and his viewpoints are silenced once and forever. And if they can do it to him, the next podcaster or the next young man that wants to step up, guess what? The warning is they do it to him.
Yup, and this is why we gotta fight them now, Chad. For all you idiots in chat saying, oh, fuck the Tates, blah, blah. You dummies don't understand that if they go down, we're all cooked, bro. Even if you don't like Tate. We know this Me Too shit is a fucking witch hunt, bro. We know it's bullshit. You don't have to like Tate to know that this is some fucking bullshit. If they could do this to a guy like him, bruh, nobody's safe, dude.
And they're going to do it to you as well.
Joe, thank you for your time, great analysis, and we will follow up with you as there's new things formulating as well. But again, thank you for your time.
Pat, Tom, Vinny, Adam, it's a pleasure. Thank you. God bless you.
You as well. You as well. Take care. There you have it. Hearing it straight from the Tate brothers' lawyer who is representing them. I want to get into the next story. The next story is an interesting one that, we love to talk about the WNBA, right? But, every once in a while, the WNBA does some stories they almost have to talk about. By the way, Caitlin Clark scored 45 points and 10 assists a few days ago. She had 5 3-pointers in a game yesterday in the first half.
All right, let me read some of these super chats. Okay. Montreal, thanks for the morning show. We need this content. Got you, bro. And again, guys, like this tweet right here. Astounds me how Sois can understand MJ being innocent despite being charged infinite times in a row, but act different when he sees Tate's getting hit infinite times in a row and never being convicted. I'm telling you, bro, it's selective. Supermoto, subscribe, welcome, dude, to the OSS. Eddie Fratt says, W. Martin, free their brothers. David Esparza says, I see this, and it breaks my heart how Diva has no mercy on forgiveness. At the end of the day, he's a father to a good man. I'm sure his father in heaven is proud of him. Who he is. Yeah, dude, I mean, a lot of people will never get to see the other side of Andrew, bro. He's a really good dude, man. He genuinely is. Thank you, Bussy. I appreciate you. Ben Numbers says, what's up with Sneaker? Bro, okay. Sausage Ninja says, you just lied and said you don't care that your name's in there, but you brag about it being in there and saying you can't come out of office. The two can't exist at the same time, just saying.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Uh-oh, retard alert!
I'm gonna read that back. You just lied and said you don't care that your name's in there, but you brag about it being in there and saying you kept him out of office. The two can't exist at the same time. Idiot. When I said I don't care about being in there, I'm speaking about in relation to this particular broadcast where I am highlighting Andrew's contribution to the Trump administration, and I want to focus on that, you fucking idiots.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
Holy shit. You can't be that dumb, dude. And you're in the OSS, which is even more embarrassing. All right, chat. Chat. OSS. Does he live? Or does he die? OSS, let me know. Let me know. I don't give a fuck if this guy's paying. We have a high IQ threshold in our fucking community, bro. One of you say let him stay. Two of you guys say banish him. Seems the people have spoken.
Time to send you to the Shadow Realm. The future is mine.
It's like I gotta take out the fucking trash every day, bro. Enjoy the shadow realm, idiot. Paul, Lee. Anyone else want to get sent to the fucking watermelon realm? With the idiot, we might as well just do this shit like all at once. Anyone else want to be an idiot? Rapist, go ahead. Will the real
Uh-oh, retard alert.
stand up? Okay? Will the real
Uh-oh, retard alert.
stand up? Alright. Thank you guys so much for the gift of stuff. I'm gonna keep going through the chats. He's gone, chat. IQ just went up by 100. As a man, understanding women and their true nature, I truly agree seeing the Tates endure this. You and Tate got me through a very solitary confinement, so I understand what mindset they could be in. Unfortunately, for it to happen multiple times at this point, chats. Yeah, it's insane, dude. Chief Leaf to stand to, I'm here. Haven't chatted in a while. No worries, Chief Leaf. James says, hey, Ryan, I work early morning construction, never catch your live stream. I always listen to the following morning. I know it's a Cookie Monster. Yeah, the job site construction workers live in hoodies, and you can make them and hide those really cool. That's so like crazy. All right. Dude, tell Brett about that, dude. Brett does all the merch. So you can definitely do that. So, you say me thanks for all you do without you, man. Yeah, no, I'm just saying out of that, man. I'm just saying out of that. Push X post on the whole SS Army Truck and 10 locals welfare. Brother, thank you so much, Winchester. The man, thank you so much, bro. Seven says, if your investigation can produce enough evidence for conviction, maybe the punishment will come in process of this dangerous person. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. Okay? Absolutely. Thank you so much for the 100, by the way, bro. Boss says free the tape, bro. Joe Meyer, seems like you really want to go back and become special. Why don't you? Are you still thinking about military service? Still crossing my mind every day, especially with the government. You know, I'll just kind of leave it there. But man, the military is like this more than my business. Alright, someone blocked me and kicked chat. I didn't do anything from unblocking my username as well as his fear bunch. Just don't piss off the mods, bro. My mods gotta have like a zero tolerance policy when it comes to dumb shit. So if you say something stupid, they'll like, you know, say get this guy out of here. Alright, there you go. Welcome back from the Shadow Realm. You got lucky. One of the few to make it out of the Shadow Realm. 5 to the subs. Thank you so much. Charles for Mission Myron, stay safe. Thank you. Rest is Viking. Please toast roast the simpleton relationship. Same man he mentions you as bad influence. His arguments on Jubilee is ridiculous. Yeah. I'll probably do that later today. Jubilee hit the fucking like line. Ken Rose, go inside Myron. W Myron for standing up for the Tates, but we all need to. Now's the time. They have children who need them. Absolutely, bro. That's why I jumped on this broadcast, guys. You know? I just jumped on this. I wrote up the tweet and jumped right on. Alright, this is a political hit about what's happening with Tate Brothers. Please be careful on everything you do. I don't want you to be next. Andrew and you were mentioned on the comic book, so they have you both as targets. And I appreciate that, dude. Matt extraditing American citizens to help. That help got you elected over seal charges in the UK. Yes, bro. Yes. Yes. Fried pickle. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Oh, man. That's why I love the OSS. We got fucking IQ guys like this that have a long memory, bro. Niggas that forget. You know what I mean? Everyone has short memory when it comes to fucking, you know, reciprocating. You know, when Trump was looking at 4 different fucking cases in prison, you know, where he would probably die in prison, who was critical to him winning? Russell Tates. You know? We brought in guys that are like, you know, young, ambitious, you know, have some right-wing world views, but we were the ones that brought them into the book. Right? These guys were kind of like, you know, based blood. We don't really care about the political process. Guys like me and Andrew brought them into the political process. Obviously, Nick as well. You know. So, okay. Brian Pickle again said functional admin if they allow to push out. Yeah, I agree. If the menu I want is rare, how the fucking be the price for the price? Exactly. That was good from last night. Sure. I want my books out when you're gonna be in IRL Miami, my ninja. That is a good question. Let me go ahead and hit up fucking Sean. Nonsense in there. Somebody said show up so I can be everyone's ass like seriously. No worries, that is loud. One check says Martin hates fat people and equally hates fat people with passion. Absolutely, you guys know I do. So guys, go ahead and jump in this coaching with one chest. And we have a fitness contest, guys. $50 to join in. Big number one prize is $1,500. And I don't make any money, guys. I'm losing money on it, but I want you guys to be motivated and use that weight. Need an IQ test or an OSS? Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't think that. Bad comment. This bad food, bro. Yeah. Hey, bro. What you're doing? Love what you're doing. But this station got me worried about. Oh no, gotcha. Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be. This is gonna obviously create a challenge. Man, say thank you so much for the one gifted, man. Thank you so much for the one gifted. And Bushwick says, even though we want to stream, woke up to see you live. I hope you do more of these morning streams. Y'all like this, huh? Maybe I might do. So I noticed you guys really like this, like 10 to fucking, you know, this like the 10 o'clock window is like where a lot of you guys fucking enjoy this shit. But let me see here. Let's see what's the latest. I wanted to make this stream more focused on Tate. Alright, here we go. Marco breaks down the extradition case. I tag will be on this shit too, bro. For those of you guys just joining, we got a lot of you new guys in here, so let me recap real quick. We got 8,000 you guys watching right now between all the different platforms, between YouTube and everywhere else, X, everything. We got roughly 8,000 you guys in here, man. So here's a quick summary, okay? Andrew tweeted this roughly 3 hours ago. I'm being held in a shoe, highest level of security which exists, no commissary, no business. No context outside world. My neighbor's kennel who screams throughout the night. Right? So I said, you know what? Fuck it, bro. When I saw this shit come across my timeline, I said, fuck it. I got up, came right here to the studio, started typing up this fucking tweet. Okay? And the tweet reads as this. To the U.S. Marshals, BOP, Miami FDC, and Secretary Rubio, as a former 1811, 1811 guy's job series for Special Agent. As a former 1811 who personally processed and delivered hundreds of prisoners into this exact facility, I am raising a precise and operational concern regarding the Tate brothers. They are currently on a U.S. MS hold, U.S. Marshals, pending extradition approval or denial of proceedings. They have not been convicted of any crime in the United States, and most importantly, are U.S. citizens. Yet their status is that of extradition detainees. Over more than 3 years of proceedings. Over more than 3 years of proceedings in Romania, the brothers appeared at every required court hearing and judicial proceeding, more than 40 in total, without missing a single one. They even returned to Romania when someone after travel restrictions were eased. This is a clear and documented record of compliance. Under Wright v. Hinkle, 1940 U.S. 40 1903, bail in international extradition cases may be granted upon a showing of special circumstances. A consistent multi-year history of appearing for every required hearing constitutes precisely the type of special circumstance the court contemplated. I formally request that the court give full and fair consideration to bond. Further, under Bell v. Wolfish, 441 U.S. 520, 1979, individuals detained pending judicial proceedings cannot be subjected to conditions that amount to punishment. Restrictions must be reasonably related to a legitimate governmental objective. Arbitrary or unnecessarily harsh treatment fails that standard. As U.S. citizens who have not been charged with any crime in the United States, the Tate brothers should not be subjected to detention-like restrictions based solely on allegations made by a foreign government. In this case, the stupid Brits. At minimum, they should be released under reasonable supervision with appropriate reporting requirements and assurances they will appear for all required U.S. proceedings, meetings, or hearings. So guys, like the tweet, okay? If there's any tweet I need you guys to fucking smash that like button on, it's this one. Smash the stream. If you guys are watching on TikTok, double tap that. Watching on YouTube, like it. Okay, let's get this thing far and fucking wide. Okay, any little bit helps. I'm dropping a link in here. Mods, please pin this in all the different platforms. Pin it. Click that link, guys. Retweet it. Like it. Give it engagement. Use your add-ons. I don't care if you got to sign into multiple accounts. Matter of fact, I'm going to sign into multiple accounts right now and retweet it. It's this simple, guys. You open up your phone, okay? You search Myron Gaines X. Let's see. Come over to my thing. I have a pin at the top, right? Oh, did I just freeze? Oh, what the hell? Okay, I just froze. Give me 1 sec, chat. Mossad is attacking me. Okay, so I pin it right here. Okay, you just go in. You like it? Repost. Bam. That's what your screen should look like, guys.